All right, it's time to welcome in Charity Bailey, and Caitlin Hancock gets her debut on the radio this morning.
Good morning.
Just you guys stay away from either of us, especially. Yeah, the guy's got Ebola or something. We haven't quite determined what that is. So anyway, ladies, welcome. Charity, you want to talk some about Caitlin, and then we can have her say a little bit more about herself, first of all?
Sure. Yeah, well, I wanted to say to Ed, thank you for the vision of the cats carrying the fog in this morning. That was quite an image.
Stolen blatantly from Carl Sandburg.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm here with Caitlin. She's our fall intern. She's a senior at Indiana Wesleyan, and she's a public relations major. And luckily for us today, she also has radio experience, so that's a bonus.
Good.
So I'll let her talk now.
I'm
Very
out of here.
good, Ed.
It's all yours, Caitlin.
Yeah, she grabs
You'll
that
be able
microphone.
to see that radio experience. Yeah, might not be that visible.
No, we're glad to have you in.
Thank you.
What are you doing for the Economic Growth Council?
Well, one of my main tasks is to help with our Young Entrepreneurs program, and I act as the project manager for that. So I help organize each session, make sure everything's planned, and I'm kind of the communicator for the students, whatever they need. If they have problems, I have them come to me, and yeah, so I do a little bit of everything with it.
All right, and the school systems, again, that you're working with are?
Marion and Mississinawa.
Right, and we're still trying to find out if the other schools can get involved, and I still think it's an issue of them having the personnel to do it is where the stumbling block is. How many kids are you working with at each of the schools?
About 15 with both.
Okay.
So,
What direction are they going at this point? Can we get an idea of what projects are kind of pushing forward at this stage?
Well, they should have completed their business description and mission and values this week, so they're kind of wrapping that up and figuring out their business and what goals they have for that. This session, yesterday, we had Brett Carey and Jim Wallace come in from Star Financial and talk with them about their financial plan. So they'll be working on that for next week, and so kind of getting going here. So that's where they're at currently. Yeah.
Very good. Ladies, I guess something Tim wanted to talk about, and this kind of leads into that. With this experience, the students, I think, probably would very much naturally like to see if they could do it in a you make it a real-world experience, I realize that, but that they could maybe get out and be an intern and be a part of a company for a while, just as you are doing right now, Caitlin. What value do you see from your standpoint of being an intern? And I don't know if Charity wants to talk about then how the business benefits from the intern. What does this do to help you?
Well, it gives me a lot of experience, and I'm able to glean off of Charity, Tim, and Allison. They're all different. They all have different backgrounds and experiences, and it's really neat that I'm able to kind of see and learn from them and their experiences. And I grew up in a local community similar to Marion, and it's something I'm very passionate about. So being able to work for the Growth Council community is a big passion of mine, and I love being able to learn more about Grant County and everything about it.
Charity, how does the intern in turn help Bada Bing? Help the Grant County Economic Growth Council or any business in general, would you say?
I just think interns are a great resource. College students are extremely creative. They think outside the box. They add a new dimension to any organization, and the Growth Council's been really blessed to have really great interns. I know personally, the last 4, and I still hear about previous ones. So Tim continues to maintain relationships with them. They go on to do amazing things in whatever profession they choose, and the Growth Council, they hit the ground running. Depending, it doesn't matter whether they're a fall intern, a spring intern, or a summer intern. I mean, there's always something that the Growth Council can have them do or have them jump right into. The Growth Council likes to give them authority to make decisions and take ownership in things, and that's all leading to well-rounded employees in the future.
Well, internships have become a pretty scarce commodity in recent years too, because as the economy has suffered, so have internships. I know in my previous life, at one point we had 5 internships every summer, and that was reduced ultimately to one internship. And young people need the internships, not only for academic credentials. Are you getting academic credit for this in your internship?
I am.
Okay.
So
But in addition to that academic credit, you are getting a real-world experience that far surpasses anything that you could learn in the classroom.
yes, definitely.
So, yeah, it is good to see the Economic Growth Council continuing internships.
Yeah,
Charity?
and we take the internship very seriously. We try and recruit from all of the available universities. They go through an interview process, and there might even be more than one interview. So we take that very seriously, and we bring them in as a part of a team. They have business cards just like the 3 full-time staff, and their card doesn't say intern. It doesn't say part-time. They are part of the team as soon as they come in. So
Good.
it's serious, and we expect them to represent the Growth Council just like everybody else.
Charity Bailey and Caitlin Hancock with the Grant County Economic Growth Council are with us this morning. Again, we're dealing with some fog, and we have Eastern of Howard and Madison Grant schools on 2-hour fog delays this morning. We're less than 5 minutes away, by the way, from our first drawing today to get somebody registered for the trip to Waikiki Beach. So listen, we'll have a name drawn probably a little bit after 8:30, but right around that time period. So be ready. Could be your name. If you haven't registered yet to become a finalist, do that at WBAT.com. All right, the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Award. I know nominations are being taken. The dinner's coming up. Take us through, if people would like to nominate a business, how do they need to go about it, Charity?
They would make a nomination in writing, either through the application online at grantcounty.com, or they can send an email or a letter directly to the Growth Council. Email address would be info@grantcounty.com. So the criteria for the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Award, the businesses need to be in existence for at least 5 years and display innovation in a product or service. Those are the 2 main criteria. The judges will also take several other things into account from have they created a significant impact on the community, whether it's financial or otherwise? What were their reasons for remaining in Grant County? Is the company, do they have high visibility in our community? Have they created or retained jobs? And do they show perseverance or tenacity? So those will all be looked at as well.
All right. Nominations needed by October the 24th. The big dinner will be coming up on November the 20th. Can they make reservations for that right now, the dinner?
Yes. Yeah. They can
Okay.
contact Allison at grantcounty.com.
Okay, good. All right. Before we wrap up, I need to know about your radio experience, Caitlin, a little bit, and then maybe you can help me with something here.
Okay. Well, I am a promotions director for Indiana Wesleyan University's radio station 94.3 The Fortress. So I'm doing that this semester. And I'm also on air, though, and I have my own show called Fortress Throwback, and I play Christian hits from the 70s and 80s. Just started last night. So if you'd like to tune into that on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. on 94.3 The Fortress, you can.
Outstanding.
So, yeah.
Well, this guy, Ed Breen, wants to know how to be able to talk like a DJ. So I'm hoping maybe you can help him out that he wants to be able to say, shaking the legs and rocking the dogs, stuff like that.
Stacks of wax, mounds of sound.
Guys and
Wow.
gals and
Yeah.
platter
And I
pals.
can't
You
bring
just-
myself to do the DJ voice.
We're trying to teach him. If you have any
Yeah.
suggestions, please help us.
Well, I don't think I ever say anything like that on the air, so I'm
Oh.
not very good
That's
with that
probably
kind of
to your
experience.
credit.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Ladies, thanks for coming in this morning.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. It's 8:29 at Good Morning Grant County.